Alright, hello there YouTubers. This is Leroy with Ozark Riders. Did a little maintenance on the bike yesterday, and I'm just having to come out here and get it up to operating temperature, because it was the coolant that I flushed. So I'm just going to run it, keep an eye on it. I know I had it full, but this is what you're supposed to do. Run it, get it warm, and then go back in and check the levels. I mean, it really was it was a tedious process. For anybody who owns a Goldwing, you know, anytime that you have to go in there's a snake. I always find there's snakes. Anything you have to go in to do anything with this thing, it is a process. But I had a set of maintenance videos from somebody that I used to subscribe to. And I'm gonna honestly tell you, I think I paid like $90 for those videos. Maybe a little bit more, not much more. But they've paid for themselves, especially whenever I had to go and change my air filter. Air filter on these things are, man, it's rough. You have to take half the bike apart to get to the air filter. But now going back to the coolant, I actually had to take the side fairings off, a lot of stuff on the front, the different fog light covers. I actually had to take the fog lights and the horns off so I could get into where I needed to be able to bleed the coolant both sides. And everything went exactly like it was supposed to. At least, you know, on the disassemble was good. I have some aftermarket things on here, so you know, some of those you have to take off. Because you can't do it without taking them off. So I did, and then I had a couple lights on my fairings that are connected up under my seat. So I normally wouldn't have to take the seat off, but I did, so I could disconnect them. So the fairings wasn't just hanging there, because the lights were put on by 3M tape. And these lights are plug and play, so I definitely didn't want to do anything else with them except for, I wouldn't have rewired them or anything. So yeah, I got all of that apart. Got everything drained, filled back up. Cranked it up like I was supposed to. Blip the throttle a few times, and then fill up again until fluid came out of the left side. I guess it's like the air escape. And then as I go, put everything back together. I'm in trying to put the horn on. I get it on the left side. Get it on. Then the fog light, it has a bracket. And I'm looking for the bolt. And I couldn't find it. Now, I remember when I was taking them off, I heard something hit the floor. But I just didn't, I didn't see anything. So I'm looking for about 15 minutes. I mean, this is my normal thing. I'm looking for about 15 minutes. Then I had to drag myself in there and ask Andrea to help me. And we looked for another 10 minutes. Still didn't find it. She asked me, well, is there any way that it dropped into the pans where I drained the coolant out? I said, no, there's no way. I said, they weren't here. So a couple minutes later, she goes over and looks and there's 2 drain pans. She goes over and look in there. She goes, there's a bolt in here. And, man, I'm telling you, there's no way. I'm like, no, there's no way it could have got in there. Well, it did. So I owed her an extra kiss for it. So I had to give up another kiss for it. Because she found it again. This is not the first time. I think from now on, when I lose a bolt, before I even start looking, I'm just going to go in there and tell her, hey, I've looked everywhere. I can't find this bolt. Help me. But then I just slowly put everything back on. Everything else went on sort of smooth, so again, just out here getting this thing up to, operating temperature. And it's really a pretty day. It's a little cloudy. We're expecting some rain. And I guess what I got to tell you is what I'll be set for, which was what I put out in my last video. I explained that there was, I had planned on a trip leaving around the 7th of June. But I actually moved that up to the 24th of May. So this is the 17th today, so in exactly 1 week, I'm going to head out with my buddy John, and we're going to make the trip. What did I know? I would get on some gravel. Well, this is Arkansas's way of fixing roads. But yeah, we're leaving Sunday morning, bright and early. First night stay, right now, it's about a 95% chance that we're going. Here in a couple days, I'll start, tracking the weather a little bit closer. Because I will be keeping up with it. I don't want to take off with it looking like, listen, I've got plenty of time to do the trip, and John's the same way. We both said, well, we're not going to rush this. So I'll start looking at the weather forecast, and if everything looks good, then we'll head out Sunday morning. It's the little town of Dayton. Nice, beautiful, newly paved road. Okay, back on track. First night stay, Albuquerque, New Mexico. So we're going to be going pretty well interstate all the way. I think it's a little over 500 miles. Which, again, I heard someone say they don't like taking interstate. Well, neither do I, but when you've got a place to go and you're sort of on a timeline, then that's what you got to do. You got to take that. So that's why we're gonna take interstate. Spend the night in Albuquerque, then we're going to head over we'll spend another night in New Mexico, Silver City. Then our next night we're supposed to be staying at Globe, Arizona. And then Prescott. I'm not going to go over everything like I did the last video. I'll make this pretty quick. I think some of it I didn't put out because I had to I had to go back in. My audio was not working, so just be patient. I think it's working today. I changed out and went to my other audio source. So after Globe is Prescott. From there, we'll probably more than likely take 89A all the way up to Flagstaff, and then take 40 over, do some of Route 66. Next night, stay at Seligman. Then from there, we'll go to Oakman, Arizona. From Oakman up to Hoover Dam, and then over to Henderson, Nevada. We have planned, even though I might cut this short a little bit, to go through the Valley of Fire, up through there, see that area. But the main thing on this day was we wanted to go up and go through Zion. Never been to Zion, so I really want to make sure that we don't rush through there. And we will either stay in Kanab or we might go up to Page, Arizona. The next day, Horseshoe Bend. I think it's about, once you park in the parking area, it might be about a half a mile hike up to the Horseshoe Bend, the main viewing area. And if anybody knows, if you could add that in a comment, but I think I measured it out to be about a half a mile. So according to how we feel that day, if we're going to make that hike all the way there. I mean, listen, I'm going there to see it. Then from there over to Monument Valley. See what we can around there. Mexican Hat. And we will either stay at Bluff, Utah, or Farmington, New Mexico. Again, just, it's all going to be pushed one way or the other. From there, we're going to go down to Cuba, New Mexico. Go down, take some really beautiful roads that I've seen through there. Going down to White Rock Overlook, and then over to Santa Fe. And we'll either stay in Santa Fe, or we might make it to Las Vegas, New Mexico, or back to Tucumcari. I'm sort of hoping that we make it to Tucumcari, because then I want to take from there 2 days to get back home and maybe do a little bit of sightseeing around Route 66. You know, but if that don't work out, then we'll stay in Shamrock. I'm going to go up and see the Conoco station there in Shamrock. I wanted to stay there at night so I could, you know, get the night lights. Yep. 10 nights, 11 days. We could even make it more. I just don't know. But that's the plan. So again, hey, I'm sorry if I went over this and went over this again, because I needed something to put out, right? Now the next thing you got to figure out is if I can load everything that I want to load into my bags. Or if I'm going to need to take my trailer. we're going to pre-pack today. I'm going to pre-pack today, and we'll see how much I get in there. If I let my wife pack, I'm going to have to take the trailer. There's no doubt about that, because she's already talked about, well, you need to do this, and you need to take this. And I'm like, man, I don't want to do all that. Oh, look at the hawks. Oh, yeah. Oh, golly. Okay, and the next thing you got to figure out, well, I was hoping that wasn't the police. I'm going about 15 over. No, actually it was 10 over. I'm good. Yeah, I got some stickers from a subscriber, and one that I subscribe to his channel too, and I plan to send him a couple things. And I'm supposed to have some more coming in, and so I should put that video out soon. We'll see how it goes. But getting close to the house. If you're still here, thanks a lot for watching. I'm normally not the person that jumps up and hollers subscribe and hit the check and comment, but hey, if you can, it just helps. But all right, until next time.